Hi, I'm going to read chapter 3 in Looking for Home. I got Pepper and I have Dottie and we're ready. Chapter 3, Roses and Thorns. Micah, said Liz, we've got to help Grandma Jan. We were sitting in the kitchen trying to finish our asparagus. Mom had told us not to leave the supper table until we'd eaten every last bit of it. She had just left to take the dirty clothes to the laundry room. Dad was back in the bedroom at the computer. How? I asked. We have to help her feel at home here, said Liz. She really misses her farm. Did you see? She was crying. I waited till Liz was taking a drink of milk. Then I took a big bite of asparagus and made my best yucky food face. She started giggling and spit out her milk. Then she hiccuped. We both laughed so hard we snorted. Micah, she said when she could talk again. Stop, I'm being serious. She leaned forward. I have an idea. I stopped laughing. I had to hear this. Liz's ideas were always good. You know how Grandma Jan said the pond was a little piece of home? Well, we have to find more little pieces of home to give her. She can put them all together, and then she'll really feel like this is her home. Where can we find pieces of home? I asked. Just stuff that reminds her of her farm. I've got one idea already. Her voice dropped to a whisper. The rose bush. I speared another bite of asparagus with my fork. What rose bush? I asked out loud. Shh. Liz glanced toward the bedroom. We have to keep it a secret. There's a rose bush growing outside our back door, right by the sandbox. Haven't you seen it? Oh yeah, I remembered now. I had poked my finger on a thorn when I tried to smell a rose. Remember how Grandma Jan said she misses her flowers? We'll move our rose bush and plant it outside her back door, said Liz. Then she'll always have flowers. We don't know which door is hers, I said. She told us she lives in apartment 73, said Liz. All the numbers are on the doors. We'll just find that door and plant the rose bush outside. Yeah, it was a great idea. I stuffed the last 3 bites of asparagus into my mouth. Liz still had about 7 bites left on her plate. I pointed to them. Hurry up, I said, with my mouth full. She picked up a piece with her fingers and dropped it into her mouth. We both made our best yucky food faces. By the time we got outside to dig up the rose bush, it was almost bedtime. We've got to hurry, said Liz. She fished her shovel out of the sandbox. Oh no, I yelled. Shh, what's wrong, Micah? I tried to whisper then, but my voice came out only a half whisper. I forgot I broke my shovel. What can I use? Liz thought for a minute. I'll get Mom's garden trowel, she said. She keeps it under the sink. Wait here. Mom's garden trowel worked much better than Liz's toy shovel. We took turns using it to dig around the bush. Dirt flew all over the place. We've got to make sure we dig up all the roots, whispered Liz. Plants have to have their roots if you're going to move them. How are we going to carry it? I asked. We'll just hold it between us, said Liz. She wiggled the bush. It's getting looser. We'll be done soon. I took another turn digging. I grunted and pushed the trowel deep into the ground. 2 big clods of dirt broke loose. I grabbed the bush with both hands to wiggle it, but I had forgotten about the thorns. Ow! I yelled. Micah! Liz clapped her hand over my mouth. Too late. Dad poked his head out the back door. What's going on out here? He asked.